My child, before you try to fall asleep tonight, before your mind begins replaying every conversation, before tomorrow's responsibilities start knocking at the door of your thoughts, stay here with me for a little while, because there is something I need you to hear tonight. Something your heart may have needed for a very long time. How long have you been carrying this alone? How long have you been trying to be stronger than you really are? How long have you been saying, "I'm okay," while something inside of you quietly whispered, "I'm tired"? I know that feeling. I know the exhaustion that sleep cannot fix. I know the kind of tiredness that settles deep inside the soul, the kind that comes from carrying too much for too long, the kind that comes from being the strong one, the dependable one, the responsible one, the one who keeps showing up, the one who keeps solving problems, the one who keeps holding everything together, the one everyone leans on, the one who rarely has someone to lean on in return. Perhaps that person is you. Perhaps somewhere along the way, you became so used to carrying everyone else that you forgot what it feels like to rest. You learned how to survive. You learned how to keep moving. You learned how to smile while your heart was tired. You learned how to say, "It's fine," even when it wasn't. You learned how to carry burdens quietly so nobody would worry about you. And little by little, you began carrying things that were never yours to carry. Other people's expectations, other people's reactions, other people's happiness, other people's decisions, other people's healing, other people's opinions. And then you added your own worries on top of all of it. The future, the bills, the uncertainty, the unanswered prayers, the things you cannot control, the things you cannot fix, the things you cannot change. And now your shoulders ache beneath weights you were never designed to hold. My child, you were never meant to carry this alone. You were never meant to carry tomorrow before tomorrow arrived. You were never meant to hold the entire world together. You were never meant to become your own savior. That position is already taken. It belongs to me. Somewhere along the way, you started believing that worry was responsibility, that fear was preparation, that carrying everything meant loving deeply. But my child, worry is not love. Fear is not wisdom. Control is not faith. You can care deeply without carrying the entire burden. You can love people without becoming responsible for every outcome in their lives. You can pray without panicking. You can trust without controlling. You can release without abandoning. There is a difference. You keep trying to hold things together because you are afraid that if you let go, everything will fall apart. But tell me this, how much of the universe have you been holding together until now? Did the sun rise because you worried enough? Did the stars remain in place because you stayed awake at night? Did your heart keep beating because you remembered to command it? No, my child. There are things that have always been in my hands. You simply forgot that they were never in yours. You are carrying responsibilities that belong to God-sized shoulders, and that is why you are tired, not because you are weak, not because your faith is small, not because you have failed. You are tired because even strong people become exhausted carrying weights they were never meant to hold. My child, I see the things you never say out loud. I see the nights when your body lies in bed but your mind keeps running. I see the conversations you replay over and over again. I see the future scenarios you keep rehearsing. I see the fears that visit after midnight. I see the burden of trying to prevent pain before it arrives. I see the pressure you put on yourself to make sure nobody gets hurt, to make sure nobody is disappointed, to make sure everything works out. But my child, you cannot control every storm. You cannot fix every person. You cannot protect everyone from every hardship. You cannot carry every outcome, and you were never asked to. Sometimes you act as though the survival of the world depends on your shoulders, as though if you stop worrying for one night, everything will collapse. But listen carefully. The world kept spinning before you were born, and it will keep spinning while you sleep tonight, because I am still God, and you are still my child. You can rest. You have permission to rest. You do not have to earn rest. You do not have to deserve rest. You do not have to finish everything before you sleep. You do not have to solve tomorrow tonight. My child, there are battles that cannot be won at 2 in the morning. There are problems that become bigger in darkness. There are fears that become louder when you are exhausted. There are thoughts that sound true simply because you are tired. Be careful what you believe about yourself late at night. Exhaustion has a way of making lies sound like truth. Fear says, everything depends on you. That is a lie. Fear says, if you stop worrying, you stop caring. That is a lie. Fear says, you must carry this alone. That is a lie. Fear says, you cannot rest until everything is fixed. That is a lie. My voice sounds different. My voice says, come to me, give it to me, rest, breathe. You do not have to carry this tonight, my child. I know what it feels like to hold things tightly because you are afraid of losing them. I know what it feels like to grip the future so hard that your hands begin to ache. But clenched fists cannot receive peace. Open hands can. Open your hands tonight. Place the burden there. The financial worry. Place it there. The family problem. Place it there. The relationship that keeps hurting your heart. Place it there. The future you cannot control. Place it there. The person you are trying to save. Place them there. The prayer that still has no answer. Place it there. You do not have to throw it away. You do not have to pretend it does not matter. Simply place it in my hands, because my hands can hold what yours cannot. My shoulders do not grow tired. My wisdom does not become confused. My peace does not disappear. My strength does not run out. My child, while you sleep tonight, I will still be working. While your eyes are closed, I will still be moving. While your mind finally becomes quiet, I will still be preparing things you cannot yet see. The future is not waiting for you to figure it out. I am already there. Tomorrow does not surprise me. The conversation you fear, I am already there. The decision that worries you, I am already there. The door that has not opened yet, I am already there. The season you cannot understand, I am already there. Nothing reaches your tomorrow before I do. And if I am already there, why are you trying to arrive first? My child, rest is not weakness. Rest is trust. Rest says, God is still working even when I am sleeping. Rest says, I am not responsible for carrying the universe. Rest says, my limitations do not threaten God's plans. The world teaches you to glorify exhaustion. I do not. The world celebrates burnout. I do not. The world tells you that your value comes from how much you produce. I do not. Your value was settled long before your productivity, long before your achievements, long before your successes, long before your failures. You are valuable because you are mine. You are loved before you achieve anything. You are loved after your best day. You are loved after your worst day. You are loved when you feel strong. You are loved when you feel weak. You are loved when faith feels easy. You are loved when faith feels difficult. My love does not rise and fall with your performance. My child, You have spent so much energy trying to hold everything together that you forgot what it feels like to be held yourself. So let me remind you, you are held. You are not standing alone. You are not walking alone. You are not carrying this alone. Even now, in this very moment, you are held. Held in grace, held in mercy, held in love, held by hands stronger than your fears, held by wisdom deeper than your understanding, held by peace greater than your anxiety, held by a father who does not panic when his children do. My child, if you could see everything I see, you would not be afraid. If you could see all the doors I closed to protect you, you would thank me. If you could see all the storms I redirected away from your path, you would trust me more. If you could see the future from where I stand, you would sleep peacefully tonight. You do not know what tomorrow holds, but you do know who holds tomorrow, and that is enough. My child, you do not need all the answers tonight. You only need enough grace for today. Tomorrow's grace will arrive tomorrow. Tomorrow's strength will arrive tomorrow. Tomorrow's wisdom will arrive tomorrow. You do not need tomorrow's strength tonight. You only need mine. So breathe, slow down, release your shoulders, unclench your jaw, quiet your thoughts. Let your soul remember that it is safe. You are not in danger. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. I am here. I was here yesterday. I am here tonight. I will be here tomorrow morning. I will be here next week. I will be here next year. I do not leave when things become difficult. I do not disappear when you become afraid. I do not walk away when you become tired. My child, you were never meant to carry this alone. So stop trying to be stronger than you need to be. Stop demanding perfection from yourself. Stop punishing yourself for being human. Stop expecting yourself to carry what only God can carry. You are my child, not my replacement. You do not have to sit on my throne tonight. You can step down. You can rest. You can trust me with the things you cannot control, because I have never lost control. Not once. Not for a single moment. My child, before you sleep tonight, place your future in my hands. Place your fears in my hands. Place your family in my hands. Place your finances in my hands. Place your health in my hands. Place your unanswered prayers in my hands. Place your exhausted heart in my hands. And listen carefully. I can hold them. I can hold you. You are safe here. You are loved here. You are not alone here. Sleep peacefully tonight, my child. Not because every problem has disappeared, but because you are no longer carrying them alone. I will keep watch. I will remain near. I will still be here when morning comes. And when the sun rises again, we will face tomorrow together, as we always have, as we always will. Good night, my child. Rest now. I am here.